I'm being intentional to advance the kingdom, specifically in my personal walk with Christ, by doing the little things. It's easy to just get caught up in a checklist of I need to do this, I need to be kind to this person, I need to, and just go on and on and on without actually stepping back, realizing that you are loved by God, you are a friend of God, and then living your life from that perspective. And so what I want to do in ministry is really, I want to share my struggles and even my successes of my walk with Christ in my ministry, and let my own life speak into my ministry. Because if I try to do it where it's just my ministry that's ministering to me, that's not going to work. And so I always want to try to advance God's kingdom by first letting Him work on me, and then letting others see that display. I try to help people advance the kingdom in the way that they're called, specifically with students in this season of my life right now. I just try, first off, just to point them to the presence of God, because it is the presence of God that we get clarity, it's the presence of God that we get direction, it's the presence of God that we get purpose. And so I always want to try to push them to that, and also realize that yes, God does have, I believe firmly that God does have a calling on our lives to advance the gospel and to advance His kingdom, but He also has a almost lowercase c calling on our lives to advance the kingdom. And what I mean by that is God has a purpose and a calling for where they are right now to advance His kingdom. And I want to encourage them to figure out what that is before they just start worrying about, like, okay, what is my purpose? What is my calling for my whole life? And get caught up in the future when God indeed has a calling for them now where they are. I've seen God really advance His kingdom through mission trips. We went to Alabama this last spring break, and seeing how God works through ordinary people to advance His kingdom, and even in small ways, because it's not always about, preaching the gospel. It's not about, doing these big things. Sometimes it's about just hanging out with a kid. And I got to see ordinary people do that on a consistent basis and create change in only a matter of 4 days. And then you also do see the big things. The mission trip that I went on to Burundi, I saw the gospel preached and thousands of people just in one village come to Christ. And it's all because of the power of God's Spirit. And when we choose to allow Him to work in us and through us, there really is no limit to what God can do.